Hey, this is Rebecca Tabbert, and I own Fit Body Bootcamp Redlands and Fit Body Bootcamp Calamasa. And today I want to talk to you about nutrition and just break it down to the basics, because people are always asking me what are the keys to staying fit and staying healthy and making it more of a lifestyle and how to get started. So I'm going to give you 4 key secrets to getting nutrition dialed in and really helping you maximize the workouts that you're doing by making sure you're making best use of your nutrition, because nutrition is 80% of how we look and feel. So even if you're in a killer program like one of our boot camps, you are still going to need to dial in your nutrition in order to really achieve those results that you want and deserve. So the key factors are to really think of things as simplified. We really want to simplify our food sources. That's the main basic concept. So you want to stick as close to the animal or as close to the ground as possible when you're choosing food. So that means no packaged, no processed food. There are very few exceptions to that. A good example would be like frozen vegetables might be an exception to that, because it does come in a bag, but a lot of times it's actually picked at its freshest point. So that might be a good example of getting something from the frozen section. But we don't want anything boxed. We don't want anything processed. You want to get to single ingredient foods as much as possible. All right, so that's step number 1. The second thing that people don't realize is that you really want to eliminate sugars. And you really want to look at all aspects of sugar, not just straight, obvious forms of sugars, but also in the types of foods you're choosing. So when it comes to what's called carbohydrates, you want to stay away from things for sure that are anything white. So white breads, white pastas, potatoes, those types of things. Those are going to have a higher glycemic or insulin response in your body, okay? And so we want to stick to things that are more stabilizing for your sugar levels. And those would be things like oats, yams, sweet potatoes, brown rice. We really want to limit even those sources. And we want to get lots of great protein sources and vegetables. So that's the second key takeaway. The third actually has to do with the amount of water and the amount of sleep you get. You want to make sure you stay good and hydrated. Water is your body's main source for a lot of your bodily functions. Plus it helps your digestion and helps purify your body. So you want to make sure that you're getting about 96 ounces of water a day. And then in addition to that, the fourth key thing is sleep. Believe it or not, sleep is a critical ingredient. You might think that you can power through on a 5-hour day, but reality is your body needs to sleep. So you want to be getting at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. But when you have the right workouts and you start building a habit of the nutrition, those pieces become so easy and become second nature. So that gives you more time so you can get that sleep and that rest that you need. Now, I want to take it down to a step further and teach you how to just do Sunday prep, which is what a lot of people ask me about. Because the key to being successful throughout the week is preparation. Even with me, as much as I love this lifestyle, if I get going through the week and I don't do my Sunday prep, it's a huge issue. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about grocery shopping and how to just make all of your Sunday prep meals in one. I'm just going to go through it and then give you the opportunity to actually do all the cooking and all that. So I'm going to open my fridge right now and I'm going to show you what I did this week. I basically went to 2 places. I went to our locals farmer market and I got a lot of fresh veggies. Now, if I can pull it out of the refrigerator, it's a bag full. The fresh veggies that I got are just, I chose to get a lot of different squash and zucchinis. I got 3 different variations. Plus, I got a huge basket of green beans that are piled away in here, if I can pull them out. So with the green beans, the zucchini, the squash, and I got some really amazing great tomatoes. All of this cost less than $10 at a local farmer's market. So for me, when I'm preparing my vegetables, I also got broccoli actually. I got broccoli at the grocery store just because the farmer's market didn't have that great of a pick. The broccoli, you want it to be a little bit firm. When you're buying it, if it starts to feel smushy or kind of soft already, then it's probably already started to age beyond what it will last in your refrigerator. Does that make sense? And then of course, spinach as well. So when I prepare my vegetables, I literally just clean the vegetables ahead of time and I chop them up to make sure that I'm going to be ready to go. So for example, I'll clean all these zucchinis and I'll chop them up and I'll put them in individual baggies. It may sound like a lot, but it actually saves you a lot of time during the week. And then you really have no excuses because you're just grabbing baggies. So literally cut it up. I'll even rinse the broccoli and put it in little baggies. And then I just get tons of little Ziploc bags. That's a really big one. I'm searching. Tons of little Ziploc bags, and so basically I'm measuring my serving sizes. But really, on my plans, we have nutrition in all of our boot camp plans. And in my plans, veggies are just a free food because you really can't go wrong with them. The other key ingredient to all of this, though, is that not only do you want to prep the vegetables that can be prepped, but you want to have things like the tomatoes and the mushrooms on hand and the spinach, all that good stuff. And then when it comes to protein sources, this week we are usually, and this is pretty standard, we do lean ground turkey. This is actually extra lean ground turkey. And I got some chicken. A lot of times people say, how do I do that? Or how do I prepare that? It's really this simple. The chicken, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set my oven to 350. I'm going to put it raw in a baking pan, just like this. And then I'm going to squeeze some fresh lemon over it, just because I have found that keeps it moist. And then I'm going to use whatever seasoning I'm in the mood for. So one of the good seasonings that I like to use is actually this Bragg's. It's great. It's very versatile. You can get it at grocery stores, if you're local, Clark's, I'm sure Trader Joe's, Henry's, Sprouts, those are all over the country. So you can use that. And then also just basic simple things like garlic, black pepper, the red peppers. Let us say that when you eat hotter foods, it speeds up, it's one more advantage to speed up your metabolism, so a lot of times I'll use something like that. The lean ground turkey, so you're cooking the chicken, all you do is you squeeze the lemon over it, put it in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. I am a little bit nervous about chicken, so I do tend to cook it to make sure that it's really, and then I double check it, so I'm cooking it for at least 40 minutes at 350, and then still checking it just to make sure. When you check it, it should be totally white. There should be no pink in it whatsoever, but you don't want to overcook it so it's too dry either. Now with the lean ground turkey, super simple. And I know some of you are saying, wow, this is really basic. It is, because believe it or not, there's so many people that just feel so intimidated and they don't want to start eating clean because they think it's hard, and it's really not. It's one of the easiest things you could do. So with the lean ground turkey, all I'm going to do is I'm literally going to take like a scoopful of this, which if I was measuring, maybe it's a tablespoon or half a tablespoon, and I'm going to put it in the pan first, and I'm going to let that get a little bit hot. I'm going to let it melt, and so that it's evenly coated the bottom of the pan, and then I'm just going to start cooking the lean ground turkey. Put it right in there, and then I'll also add those same types of seasonings into that. Another thing that we do a lot is fish. I didn't happen to get any this week, but just any kind of white fish is one of my favorites. So like tilapia is a good one, or halibut. And same thing, with the baking pan, I put it in the baking pan, I put it with lemon again. You can even layer it. So I'll buy a lot of fish, and I'll put like a layer of fish down, lemon, the seasoning I'm going to use, another layer of fish, lemon, and with that I do put foil on it. It seems to keep it more moist. And then with the fish, it doesn't take quite as long, maybe 35 minutes, but it depends on how much you're cooking. If I'm cooking a full platter with, and there's 2 or 3 layers of fish in there, then I am cooking it for about 40 minutes. So that's how you get started. And then with the proteins itself, again, just pre-packaging it, putting it in Ziploc bags or Tupperware bowls so that it's literally grab and go. Might even put definitely at least tomorrow's meals together so that they're all in one Tupperware bowl. And then, like I said, you can use the various seasonings. Salsa is a great way to spice things up. Or another great way to spice things up is actually this. Obviously, this one's been used. It looks pretty beat up. Bragg's amino acids. All right? So those are some good ways to spice things up. And if you need anything, you can certainly reach out, send us an email, drop us a text or Facebook, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have at Fit Body Bootcamp Redlands or Fit Body Bootcamp Calimesa. And it's, of course, Rebecca Tower. Make it a healthy and fit day.